Hi everybody, I wanted to give you some quick video feedback. I will be as quick as I can, that is. It's going to take quite a few minutes to go through everybody's, but I'll go as quickly as I can so that you can watch them all. That will benefit you the most. So I'm going to jump right in. Looking at this as a first-time user, even if I've looked at them before, we're just going to go through them for function and layout, design, things like that. All right, so let's jump right in. A little bit of spacing right here. I love the truck. Really nice. I like the way you have this background gradation. You've got the color of the company. You might want to use a little more of this blue instead of red. And let's, I'm going to say it's fine, but you might want to reduce the footer a little bit and definitely work on the kerning, that is the space between your letters, so that there's some here making it separate those words, okay? Nice job with the logo here. A little hard to read here. It probably needs just a drop shadow or something. Yeah. We'll check to see if everything is hooked up here. These are linked to Wix still, so you'll connect the social media to the actual site for Real Deal Tacos that exist, and check your buttons here. Okay, you do want to all right, there's still some placeholder there, and you'll want to close all this space up. Work with the blue instead of the red. Okay, yeah, so this is placeholder. Let's see if you have a different menu here. No, okay, let's go back to home. Check the locations. Okay, this one doesn't appear to be linked up, but it is linked here. Okay, probably a solid background will work best, be a little easier to read. And try and align these a little bit more than they are. So plug those in. They don't actually have catering, so you don't need to have that there. That just will really add more work for you. So I would delete these, select delete them, come down to your footer, double click, and there will be a handle there for you to scroll up. If it doesn't close the space, then that just means there's probably a hidden item there or something that needs to be moved or deleted. And make sure all your headings are the same fonts. Okay, we change a little here, but this is a nice image. Be careful of glassware because it's a food truck. Okay. And those will need to be linked. You will only need one set. Okay, a little space here underneath that paragraph. You're going to close all this up. Okay. I like the red. It's just, and I think the client would react the same way, but they're going to want to see their color. Green is also a nice shade to go with these, by the way. This is great, but be careful about the glassware, okay? Because it's a food truck and they don't really have that kind of thing. All right. I think this is a terrific start. You've got everything but the menu, and it does take time. All right, so I'm looking forward to seeing the next iteration. What you'll do now is you will duplicate your site, go through and make your updates, and in week 4, you will submit those revisions. Okay, nice. All right, and we've got the updated copyright. Good job, Stephanie. Maybe another color here, so that it's a little easier to read. Okay. Ordinarily, we would left align any paragraph text, so let's just do that. It's easier for people to return to the same spot when they go to the next line, and that's why we do that. Okay, these are linked. Interesting. Maybe something else would go there with starters. And might bring this over to align with that just to be safe. Okay. And yeah, if you could put a little space between here still, and that might balance it just a little. If it came out to here and here, that might help. Okay, I do like these little taco illustrations. Okay. This is a little light, but just keep that in mind. All right, make sure you're using the same heading fonts throughout. Okay. You only need one set here, so I'm not sure you need that. Okay. All right, linked up. Watch how your paragraphs are wrapping. Bring that up here. That happens sometimes. You just need to make sure you catch it. Bring that up and up. So be sure to check all of that. All right. All right. This could probably go a little bit bigger. They like to see their logos. Okay. All right. Well done. Well done. This is a terrific start. All right. Moving on. And I will be giving you a checklist also with this. This will be your feedback, but you'll also get the rubric checklist to go with it. Just checking all of the buttons. So you can remove that if that's all there is. And I recommend changing the purple to more of the blue. So you can tie that in and rename it. It says item description. Probably, so if we click on that, nothing happens. So a little work here, making sure we have everything. Okay, so this is working pretty well. If anybody needs to combine Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday, they can, because they are the same locations. If that helps you, again, watch how things are wrapping. And a little hierarchy with the dates and event names so that they we can see where they're going to be. Probably crop this image a little bit so we're not scrolling so much. Probably center this information. Those can link up to the Real Deal Taco sites. We only need these once. You have those linked, so remove these. Good. You just need the year. And you only need it once. So that's your disclaimer. And this you can take out. You can put your name here instead. Okay, a little bit of scrolling. And watch your links, remove them. Let's make sure we get into the content quickly. Okay. So what you've done is created a one page, and yet we still have this template. Okay. So what you want to do is link the about over to right here. Okay, probably bring that down a little and align those a little bit. Okay, so that's what you'll want to do, is line up your titles with your actual section of the page. Okay, so this is a placeholder. This is a great image. The colors are really good. This is placeholder. So okay. It looks like these are still underway. Only one set is needed of the social media per page. If it's in the footer, it'll be there everywhere or here, but let's just keep one. All right, so that's what you want to do, is you want to link up, complete. Okay, yeah. All right, yeah, we've got some tweaking to do and a little bit of functionality checks to take care of. Okay. All right, terrific start. Okay, we do want to make sure that I know it's a little tricky. This works better with an oval. I'm going to overlook that for the moment. The particular logo is actually a circle for the client, but that's okay because I know it's a little tough to center it, and you've done a good job. We just never want to change a logo. So just keep that in mind. I only tell you because I want you to know that when moving forward, but actually this logo could use it, in my opinion. This is a little small. Let's get that at least an inch, right? Per your screen, that is. Okay, let's make sure we use the name REEL. I'm sorry, my daughter's kitty cat is a little nervous because of the rain. Okay, so good. Might be able to reduce some of the scrolling in there with the sides, perhaps. It does align, but you may want to add an image here or there, give it a little color at least, but good. That does take the most time, is entering the menu items typically. Okay, nice, you have those separated nicely, and you do want to check how things are wrapping again. Okay, watch your line breaks again. But I do like the blue you have here, and you have it up here. Okay, you may want that the same size as your other headers. Okay, you can combine these, therefore there would be less scrolling if you did that. Okay, close this up a little bit. Yeah, you can reduce the scrolling a little. All right, great start. This is your location. Your location is under your contacts, so I recommend putting location before contact. We always put contact last, and perhaps moving this to its own page, the scheduled locations, and you can have this map with your contact page. All right, terrific start. All right, we've done a nice job with this particular template. It's not easy. It has to be adjusted in every way. Let's remove this. It's got glassware, so a food truck, isn't going to have that. This is going to be entered text, and probably don't need all of that. Yeah. Let's remove that background, that was behind there originally. And this has got some templates still. Okay, so some work on this still. It's a little light, so we need to have a little heavier font. Try using the blue and bring this over, or bring this image over to the right, and let's reduce this content a little bit. There's a lot of scrolling there because of the narrow column there. This is a great image. I love the colors, but it does have glassware, so think about that. These don't seem to be connected. Let's try not to cut a head off here or crop there if we can help it. Okay, let's look at the way we're spelling the company name here in all places. Okay. Okay. Yeah, just a little simplifying would be very important. So let's cut this down, make it wider, and probably take a photo or two out so there's less scrolling, and make this a color background that, fits with the brand. All right? All right. Okay, same template, really difficult. Let's make this the company blue, client blue. And let's, instead of the red, work with the blue a little more. You can change this color to blue also. I've seen that. And yeah, really hard to read red on yellow like this. So there are many things you can do. I've even seen black work really well with this combination. Okay, close up this space. Change, update this copyright date. Okay. Yeah, I think you'll want to change the background and try and bring this up a little bit so we can get into the content much quicker. Okay, all right. Okay, so we need to anchor to right here when we select location. And about can come up here. The news can be right here. Okay, anchor that there. And the contact, you will anchor, you can probably bring that up a little bit. Click on that and drag the handle up to close that space. Reviews. I think you can take that off and link this here. Okay, so remove that page. All right. Can't wait to see how these are looking next week, which is just in a few days, actually. Okay, Robert. Okay, good job, Rob. Let's, instead of having the logo here, let's put it in the header, and it will be on each page. And that way you can put something else here that doesn't break things up as much. And when you have images, we want them aligned, usually in the same size, so that sort of breaks this page up, unless we have one on each side here to help. Let's, why don't you try another navigation design that doesn't have the background bar and maybe is all caps, maybe in a sans serif. Okay, see how that works for you. Pink is hard to read. It doesn't bother me so much when it's a coupon, because those kind of get in the way. But you can see that the two colors do vibrate a little bit. Okay, it's not as bad as it used to be in video, but it's still there. Interesting. Okay, so if these are the colors you're going with, we do need to have the logo of the company, but that's okay. You could do the pink, dark blue, and the logo blue, and just stick with those colors. Let's separate the days a little bit. Okay, so there's a little spacing and we can see some hierarchy. Okay, and you'll need to link this to here, which means possibly you bring it down a little bit, and that may be all you need to do, but that's what you'll want to do. We've got 2 About Us pages, so okay. All right, so this is the template. What you would do is enter the text that you have on this page, or and like I said, stick to the pink if you're going to do that instead of changing. Like that, the pink. Take this out. Yeah, you're just going to have one of those. Okay. All right. So some pages, right, need to be created here, and this is going to be moved over a little bit. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. And link that. All right. So I think you've got a good start. Just kind of stick with these colors, and you can put your content here if you like, and take it off that other page and remove the page. Okay, these can come off or be linked, but ordinarily those are going to go in the footer or over to the top by itself. Let's make this a sans serif so it's easier to read. It's that thin stroke that so many fonts have in that style. We only need the logo once, so let's take this one out. You can expand this header background all the way. If you want that black there, try to have a little more headroom here and here. And then you can move your menu either over here or to the right. We don't need the login, any of that, which means the page would have to come out. Yeah, a little hard to read, but not as bad down here, but do fill in the name of the company. Okay, you've got the date there, that's good. You probably double click this, grab the handle and bring it up a little bit. Interesting colors though, very interesting colors. I think it's a good idea for everybody to choose the blue of the company and then 2 other colors that go well. Okay. Okay, interesting. Yeah, close that up. And yeah, probably just put this in the same font. Yeah, let's simplify the colors a little bit. It will help when you bring this over all the way and try and simplify some of the added things. Take these out or find images. I know you can look on the web, as some of you have done. A little hard to read, so let's increase the contrast on the text. And you'll be able to pull this menu up. Once you get this moved over, you can center this, you can make it a little smaller, just so you can bring everything up a little bit. Okay. Let's close that space up. Make sure we're using the same font style throughout. Yeah, I would, instead of the red, I would choose either the salmon or you can work with the green. If we are going to use the full term here, let's go ahead and use the full word here, like Tuesday, then Thursday. Okay. You can, if you want to abbreviate both of them, that is fine. We just have to be consistent. And I would go ahead and put the O's in downtown. Okay, so a little extra time. And it looks like, okay. All right, maybe a form would be nice here. And like I say, when you extend that, that's going to work out better for you. And here's your form here. Let's just move it here. Okay, and you'll have the social media probably down in the footer, and then you won't need these here. All right, okay. I'm really excited to see how this is going to go because it has some interesting possibilities here. Okay. All right, here we are. This is, again, the somewhat difficult template. The reason is everything has to be changed about it to meet the client's needs. Here, we need to have higher contrast between the text and the image, and what that means is you will either change the font color, or you can put a shape that is an overlay over the image that's behind the text, or you can change the opacity of the image so much that we can read this, okay? But we definitely need to have more contrast there. You can say social media instead of an S. And again, how about a form? Because we will have, hopefully you will put the icons there instead of the links. Okay. Good job including your copyright date. You will anchor the story to land about there. And again, the same thing here. And make sure you're using the same font style, size, and I recommend the same color. How you treat this is going to affect how you treat this. So make sure you look at that. Okay, that's not the same size, but and let's try not to have one word on the line. That's just something while you're working to keep in mind. So this image, if you want to have an image behind it, then you would optimize the file so it pops up quicker and remove that background. A little bit of scrolling here. You might try and make it a little wider and a little darker, a little easier to read. Okay. And you did link that, very good. Bring it all up with your anchors. And yeah, we can make this, I believe, all of these should be the logo color, okay? And orange is not a bad color either, in which case you would change that, but you would make that the blue. This could also go blue, but then you would change the font color. But yeah, it's just tying it together a little bit, and choosing that color is really going to help, all right? All right, I can't wait to see this one. Okay, good. Let's try a sans serif there so that it will show up a little bit better, maybe something to match that. You do match this, and that is good. So it's just this particular font, it has that very narrow stroke that makes it hard to read. You can try bolding it in both places. Okay, good job with your copyright date. Okay, yeah, you've done a good job with this one so far. It has some particular challenges too, this template, with the size of the headers. Sometimes it creates a lot of scrolling. So try and remove that if it lets you. And you would have to get an approval from the client to, to actually do this, but in this situation, you can edit these down to be the same number of rows, if you like. And let's make this the same color. Okay. Make this a little bigger, I think, the header. Okay, you can just say location if you like. And if you can change that to blue, that would be really nice for you. They do have some options with maps and things, but you may want to combine these so there's a little less scrolling. And again, I think it's good that you have the distinction because I can see the different days. Maybe we do that with, since this is that, text. Maybe we make this bold and we keep that in the Real Deal Taco Blue. Interesting, I've not seen that done before. Okay. You might try circles here, just because it will match that and it will give us a border here. Okay, but you've done a great job of picking out some very believable photos. Okay, a little space there. Okay, so this is italic and this is not. Just make sure we're the same. Okay. You may want those in white. You have options with that. And let's see. I think a header that says contact. And if you have a Real Deal there, then I think we can take I think we need to either, definitely change it to the blue, but see how it stacks once you get the header up there that says contact. I think it will benefit from that. But I tell you, where you've done a really good job is that this template has a lot of scrolling due to the very large fonts that they're using for the headers, and you did not fall for that. So good for you. I know it's big here, but you corrected it everywhere else. So nice work with that. Okay. And desserts. Okay. All right. You guys let me know if you run into any kinks anywhere. But so far, I think you're on the right track. Okay, good. Nice, easy to read. Okay, maybe a little bigger on the logo. Bring that up a little bit. Interesting. Be careful of glassware because it's a food truck. Good job. You can try and get that on one line. You can try and remove that. I know it doesn't always work that way. Okay, glassware. Just be mindful of that. But it's looking good. And you can link those up to the Real Deal taco links. Bring that up. Terrific start with your menu. Interesting. Good job. Feel free to take your own images. We've had teams get together and make tacos and take photos. And we will definitely use them if you choose to. Okay. Nice layout with the images. Let's left align all of this. Try not to have one word on a line. Make sure you have that period at the end of that sentence. I know it's not there in the original, and that's so that you can edit that. Let's remove this. Okay, you probably want a little something here, a little color or photo or something on this page. All right. Okay, and let's see, where are your locations? Okay, so locations and news. All right. Terrific start, though, and link those up. All right, well done. All right. And very good. I like the color palette that you've chosen. You may try not to let's see, clip this in quite that way. So that we're not cutting off the bottom of that particular photo. Make sure that this is not a picture of words, but entered text. Good job. You've entered the images into the provided content, but enter all the content. Okay. Good. All right. Probably close a little space there. Okay, interesting. Let's break up this dense text with a little bit of space between the paragraphs. If you need to edit that, remember, that's okay. We had that in assignment. Okay. All right. Nice choices. And you'll enter this content because, yeah, interesting. Okay. All right, so a little work on that. Probably one of the solid colors would work well. There. Okay. All right, terrific start. If you're going to use this color, go ahead and use that color in places. All right. We won't need that here. We'll just bring all this content up a little bit. Since we have it here, we won't need it there. All right, everybody. I think there's one more. And we want to link up the socials, update the copyright. I do like the colors, the way it's looking. I want to be careful because it's a food truck. Would we have that type of thing? This is perfect. Left align everything. Paragraphs are left align. Instead of having contact, let's not do that. Okay, so instead, let's remove those links if you want to link, and maybe this comes down into your. Maybe this just doesn't need to be there at all, or this, and instead, we should all have a contact page. Okay. This will be your location. So go ahead and create a new page up here. and link it here. We'll try and duplicate the page, name it locations, and then remove this contact and just have it on a new page and separate those. All right. Okay. All right. So you have your content. We need to complete it. We've got placeholder text there. But I can see that you've started that. All right. So yeah, you're going to continue what you're doing and make sure you get all of that entered and linked up. All right. All right. So everybody, I'm just so proud of where you are at this point. Some of you came in and you did not know how to work with Wix or CMS at all, and you've just, given your time to it, and that's really what will prove to be very beneficial for you, not just in class, but you'll be able to make websites. I've seen students get paid for websites after 2 weeks of just learning to do this. So I wish you great luck. Have a great weekend, and we'll take a look at these again in week 4 with the revisions. Well done.